couldn't resist the idea of love. She reasoned that if someone close to her started dating, she'd want to follow suit. Her confidence faltered, though, when Dwan Jakshu quickly dismissed the notion, advising her to focus on herself and not chase after fleeting emotions. His stern yet gentle tone left her momentarily flustered, but she didn't push back. As the weeks passed, Sang-ji made remarkable progress in her studies under Dwan Jakshu's guidance. His explanations were clear and patient, and he always seemed to know how to keep her engaged. However, all good things come to an end, and Dwan Jakshu informed her that this would be his last lesson. He had other commitments and couldn't continue tutoring her. Sang-ji's disappointment was palpable. Her usual cheer was replaced with a quiet sadness. Noticing her reaction, Dwan Jakshu promised to reward her whenever she achieved a milestone in her studies. The thought of earning his praise brightened her mood, albeit temporarily. After the session, Sang-ji's parents invited Dwan Jakshu to join them for their New Year's Eve celebration, but he declined politely, explaining that he needed to return to school. Hearing this, Sang-ji hurried to her room, where she had prepared a red envelope for him. Inside, she had tucked a small note wishing him a happy new year, folded into the shape of tiny stars. She hesitated at first, worried he might refuse the gift, but then took advantage of the bustling preparations downstairs to slip the envelope into his coat pocket unnoticed. The next day, New Year's Eve, the Sang family gathered to celebrate. Sang-ji and her brother, Sang-yan, exchanged playful banter as they received their red envelopes from their parents. Sang-ji's envelope contained a pleasant surprise, a brand new phone. Sang-yan's, on the other hand, was notably lighter, much to his chagrin. Sang-ji received a New Year's message from Dwan Jakshu. Her heart soared at the sight of his name, and she quickly replied with warm greetings of her own, a small smile tugging at her lips. Meanwhile, Dwan Jakshu spent his New Year's Eve alone in his school dormitory. The silence was heavy, but he seemed used to it. However, his solitude was broken by an urgent phone call. The voice on the other end informed him that his father had been hospitalized with a severe lung infection and required immediate surgery. He was needed to sign the consent forms. Without hesitation, Dwan Jakshu packed his belongings and returned to his hometown, Yihae, on New Year's Eve. When the school term resumed, Sang-ji was eager for her promised reward from Dwan Jakshu. However, she soon learned from her brother that Dwan Jakshu had left for Yihae. The news left her with a strange, unfamiliar ache in her chest. Though she didn't know the details of his sudden departure, the thought of him being far away dampened her spirits. As she reflected on their time together, she realized just how much she had come to cherish their connection, even if it was destined to remain unspoken. After meeting Dwan Jakshu for the first time, Sang-ji couldn't help but look forward to Sang-yan's return trips home, wondering if Dwan Jakshu would come along. Each time Sang-yan arrived alone, Sang-ji felt a tinge of disappointment. One evening, Sang-yan casually mentioned that Dwan Jakshu was busy with part-time jobs to make money, which piqued Sang-ji's curiosity. However, her brother reassured her that none of his roommates, including Dwan Jakshu, had girlfriends. That revelation secretly made Sang-ji happy. Her joy grew when she received a small gift from Dwan Jakshu, a little black dog plushie. Sang-ji hugged the doll tightly, thinking it bore an amusing resemblance to Sang-yan, though she didn't say so aloud. She wanted to return the gesture and send Dwan Jakshu something meaningful, but when she brought it up, he politely refused, saying it wasn't necessary. Despite this, Sang-ji decided she would prepare a special gift to give him at his upcoming graduation ceremony, which they had agreed she would attend with her father. Unbeknownst to Sang-ji, life wasn't as carefree for Dwan Jakshu as it seemed. After their phone call, a girl approached him on campus and handed him some money, insisting that he didn't need to work so hard. Dwan Jakshu's reaction was distant, his expression unreadable as he coldly refused the money. He pocketed his emotions and carried on, but it was clear that his life bore unseen burdens. On the day of the graduation ceremony, Sang-ji arrived with her father, brimming with excitement. The moment she spotted Dwan Jakshu in his bachelor's gown, her eyes lit up, and she hurried over to him with a bouquet of flowers. Her nervous energy made her forget about the gift she had carefully hidden behind her back. Handing him the flowers, she blurted out congratulations, her voice soft and filled with admiration. Dwan Jakshu, touched by her gesture, smiled warmly and thanked her. He then reassured her that graduation didn't mean they wouldn't see each other again. "I'm not like the others," he said, promising to come back and visit her whenever he could. His words eased her worries, but a flicker of sadness lingered in her heart. She didn't want him to go too far away. As the day went on, Duan Jiaxu said his goodbyes to his classmates, many of whom he knew he might never see again. While others celebrated with laughter and excitement, Duan Jiaxu carried a quiet heaviness, knowing that leaving school also meant returning to Yihei and the responsibilities waiting for him there. That night, during the graduation party, the atmosphere was lively and chaotic. Everyone was drinking and celebrating, but Duan Jiaxu seemed lost in thought. After the festivities, he took the heavily intoxicated Sang Yan home, planning to stay in a nearby hotel. However, when Sang's mother learned about this, she insisted he stay at their house instead. Sang Ji, eager to help, quickly led Duan Jiaxu upstairs to Sang Yan's room. She rushed to prepare fresh toiletries for him, her heart racing the entire time. The thought of Duan Jiaxu staying under the same roof filled her with a nervous excitement she couldn't quite explain. That's it for today's recap. Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. If you enjoyed this breakdown, don't forget to give it a thumbs up, share it with your friends, and hit that subscribe button to stay updated on all the latest recaps. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.